Disney destroys yet another beloved classic. This time, it's X-Men 97. As the show has been relaunched on Disney, we have already seen several very concerning, updated for modern audiences changes to the show. This is a show that was iconic when I grew up, a show that was absolutely probably the most memorable of my youth. Disney was reimagining it, so you just knew it was going to go to complete garbage. The trailer even looked pretty good. But now we've got the Disney Plus series. Well, and this is just the first of many, will be portraying one of the characters as non-binary. And also they have done something absolutely unforgivable to Rogue, removing entirely any of her feminine features. One of the most powerful tools she used to get close to people was a part of her, her character. I don't even care anymore. Everything woke goes to garbage. I'm just surrendering everything old. I'm not going to, there's no point in fighting for it. There's no point in even giving these people the benefit of the doubt anymore. Just don't watch it and they will fail. Cancel your Disney Plus. Every time they ruin another show, make sure you tell people that they ruined another show and then move on, because that's actually how you defeat this. Too many people keep giving these people the benefit of the doubt and they stand and they accept a lot of this woke trash and then they wonder why there's more of it. I'm going to get into what exactly they did to the show just after a quick word from this video sponsor, Private Internet Access. Huge shout out to this video sponsor, Private Internet Access. Look, in current year, everyone basically has to have a VPN. It's a extremely versatile and now basically required tool of browsing the modern internet. And that's why I'm happy to be partnered with Private Internet Access and have been for over a year now. It's a VPN I use, it's a VPN I recommend to my friends and family, and I have a massive discount for my viewers. In short, a VPN allows you to change the location that you may be seen as browsing the internet from. This helps you unlock television shows and movies that might not be available in your area. It allows you to browse the internet anonymously. Heck, even right now, we just saw several countries, for example, Google and Meta are now blocking news in Canada. And well, how are you going to get your news? Well, you could change your location. VPN helps protect your privacy, secure your data, and bypass network blocks. It comes in extremely important all the time. That's why I have it on my computers, laptops, and mobile phones. Private Internet Access is an open source app with no usage logs, unlimited bandwidth, high-speed global server network, dedicated apps, powerful encryption, and 24/7 live support. Unlock the power of the internet and stay censorship-free by using my link in the description below and get yourself 1990s Rogue. You may notice a very caked up individual. New Rogue. She went from she went to a negative rear end. It is concave. She went from a big booty, beautiful booty to Hank Hill. Now, I admit, this particular angle isn't exactly how every little aspect of the original cartoon was. She wasn't always drawn like this. But these are the people, they wanted it. So remember that this is Disney. It's over. Morph's characterization in X-Men 97. Cool, let's see. Quote, "This is a lighter take on the character, who is non-binary and has an interesting buddy relationship with Wolverine." You mean gay? That's what they're gonna be gay baiting, I guarantee it. That's what they're gonna do. The character's past with Mr. Sinister, the show's villain, could also come into play. Let's look at some of the replies. Oh, they locked him down. They've been locking him down because everybody is just dunking on him. And see, what's happening is a lot of people are pointing out, they're saying, oh, well, the X-Men were always progressive. Yeah, I'd buy that. There were some, definitely some not even so subtle progressive overtones, undertones in the stories, right? The whole story of one side of the mutants wanting to fit in with people, the other side of the mutants viewing themselves as superior to the people, how that played out. But what people, I think, perfectly or purposely ignore is that it was subtle. And it was a good show that didn't focus on that. They didn't cram it down your throat. It was just a part of it. You see, is this a new morph? Lighter take makes no sense given the character's history on the original show. Here we go again. Oh, for heaven's sake. I mean, of course. I mean, they totally revamped Morph now. Now he's resembling a mannequin more than ever. People are so predictable these days. Yeah. I mean, I would say. And again, why? Is so they can do this. They can write these stupid stories. And they can talk about how woke and how progressive the story is. It was always progressive, and you guys are just being mad. Okay, here's what I'm going to say. Here's what we need to do as fans. You even have any aspect of it, I'm not watching. I'm not watching it. I'm not taking part in it. I'm not hate watching it. I'm not accepting just a little bit of wokeness. I'm not watching it. I'll download the original 1997 series and watch that. You don't even get pity views from me anymore. In the first confirmed change, just the first, of being made to fan favorite incarnation of Marvel's Merry Band of Mutants X-Men 97, showrunner Beau DeMayo has revealed that unlike the original series, the upcoming revival will portray the mutant shapeshifter Morph as non-binary. Why? Nobody cares. The change was first confirmed by DeMayo during a series-centric interview given to Empire magazine, providing brief teases to the approach the series took to writing the series' principal mutant castmates. When it came to Morph, the showrunner confirmed to the Empire, as recapped by the outlet's Helen O'Hara, that this is a lighter take on the character who is non-binary and has an interesting buddy relationship with Wolverine. Unsurprisingly, this presents a significant change to the character of Morph, both as originally portrayed in the original Marvel comic books X-Men the animated series, and in the comics. Born Kevin Sidney, the mutant known as Morph, as the name implies, possessed a mutant gift of cellular-level shapeshifting. Though depicted as through-and-through villain in the comic book form, on the small screen, Morph was initially introduced as a proper member of the X-Men and in the team's pilot episode, Night of the Sentinels, before being ended in that very same episode by a surprise attack carried out by a group of Sentinels. But in typical comic book fashion, Morph's death proves to be anything but, as the mutant is later revealed not only to have been rescued from the attack by none other than Mr. Sinister, but also had an evil personality planted within him by the villain. Following a brief stint as a mind-controlled pawn of the leather-clad Englishman, Morph is eventually rescued by his former teammates and brought back to the X-Fold, even going on to play a major role in the eventual destruction of the Sentinel-producing Master Mold. And of course, throughout his adventures, both in print and animated, Morph has never been portrayed as considering himself non-binary. While his ability does allow him to shift into every form, including that of a woman, at a biological level, he has always defaulted to a standard appearance of a relatively nondescript human male. Alas, while the ham-fisted change is certainly disappointing, it cannot be said that this is wholly unexpected. After all, as slated, by the way, this is via boundingintocomics.com, stated by DeMayo during 2023 Marvel Livestream event regarding the series, one of his goals with X-Men 97 was just to get it right and really drill down to what I think X-Men's always going to be, which is just, we talk a lot about the dream as social acceptance and it's social justice. I think that sometimes can make certain people feel alienated, and for me, it's always going to come down to, I think, the X-Men are going to try to do something in this series that's taking about the power of empathy and how it can heal those wounds that turn people against each other. He explained that things like racism and bigotry don't just exist. There's a reason behind it. Empathy can kind of help connect us and build those bridges So he's making it about social justice. Now, weirdo social justice dorks online are saying, well, it was always about that. Yeah, there were always these undertones of, what I mentioned earlier, and society overall. However, we know how this is going to be played out. If it was subtle, well thought out, sure, I think it could be good, but it's not going to be. They are incapable of that. I would not be surprised if they literally made a racist be wearing a nondescript red hat. Like they'll have a Trump supporter and they're being racist because that's all that they know how to do. I mean, it's interesting. It's like, I don't know why anybody's surprised by this. If people want to fight about it on Twitter, that's fine. It's just, you all knew. Put F's in the chat. That's it. Another thing goes woke, and I'm just not even going to bother. There's no point. There's no point. They're going to make all the women ugly. It's going to have the same woke crap in it, and people will think that's some kind of own by not watching it, but my life is not improved or made worse by not watching a cartoon. Would I have watched it if it was good, if it was faithful to the original and not cringe? Yeah. But now I won't, and I'll watch something else, and that's okay. I'll go outside and play with my dogs, or I'll walk on a treadmill, listen to music. There's a million other things than watching more woke propaganda.